Okay, it's the morning after, it's day 2, and boy does this look different. Holy smokes. It's an early start to the morning, the sun is just peeking through the trees. It's like 6 in the morning. So, today, or this, look at how much water is in here. That's a lot of water for hot summertime. Anyhow, so what we're gonna do is continue on trying to dig out as much as this as possible, and it's all gonna go down into that pathway there. I have to move that post soon, and then be able to drive down there. Pretty quiet morning. Well, let's get started. Well, it's even better now. Little interesting bit I have to think about is the depth that I've come here is essentially the highest point in this ditch. I have to continue to go lower, lower, lower. So this is how it's come about now. I've got a little bit more to go, but my pile of dirt is in my way and I need to move it. So we need to go down this pathway. And that means, hello Luke. Seems to be tolerating this really well. We've got to get rid of this post. So let's do that. And we do it with this chain we've got here. And essentially, you take it and you wrap it around the post. I can't do it with one hand. And then just hook it onto this thing somewhere, wherever the hook is. I think I need to get a shovel. Okay, anyhow, and then you just yank it up. And it's that simple. Just pops right out of the ground. And the hole we left. Okay, let's get on with this pathway. With all that dirt. So, with those trees down, and the fourth tree, which I didn't get any video of, is one of those things where you just kind of get the job done, and it's gone. Everything's been cut down safely, carefully, all that business. I gotta get the stump out of the ground a little bit, or at least chop it real far down, because there's going to be a pathway that comes along here. Off it goes. So midday, it's getting pretty hot, but this area next time, or I might do a time lapse, we'll see. You see this, it will look, or should look, a lot different. This is going to be interesting. I will explain what I'm going to do with this another time. Anyhow, so there you go, kept up to date on what's happening. Got to get that trail filled in with dirt, logs cleared out, everything cleaned up, graded, slash buried, trails built. We're good. Moving on. It is day 3, currently 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if you can see the moon still up, quite bright, quite beautiful actually. And anyhow, day 3, it's 5 in the morning. We got to get on with things because it is too hot to do it at any other time. We're going to start early. This ditch is mostly done. Checked my time lapse that I tried to take, and it was in night mode, so got nothing. Anyways, so we got a little bit more to do over here, but I had to put a pause on that because I worked at the back, as you saw. So yeah, so that pathway is getting there. And horses. Lots of food, that's good. Anyhow, so the trees have come down. A little bit of digging got done, but it reached 45 degrees by about 4 o'clock or so. So it just wasn't conducive to any type of working. So this area is getting graded slowly, and the pathway through here has been defined, meaning that it's been worked through with the excavator. This has turned into a nice path. We need a little more dirt in here to lift it up and cover up some of the organics. A little more. I'll take you through this pathway for a quick slice. You can see, brought the excavator through here. There's a big huge cedar here that needed to be chopped a little, so that's been chopped a little. I'll probably chop it a little more, use it as a border. We don't want the horses wandering off that way. Use logs for that. If we look this way, this has been cleared up. There's another one. These old cedar trees that have gone down, and then we just need to keep working through this part, flattening the ground a little, and making enough space to be able to drive the gator. All pathways must have the gator. To be able to drive through. So then we get back to here, which is where the main part is. I don't want to go back there yet. I'll show you guys progress made on the other side. Gotta clean up some of these branches, otherwise we'd be knocking into them. I want to go that way. Ronnie's looking at me. Like, hey, there's a human over there or something. Oh, yeah, there he is. He's looking at something else, though, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so this is where the majority of this morning's work is going to be. It's over here. A lot of grading to do, but I've put together all of the slash that needs to go away forevers and evers, and it's have to be cleared. There's a lot around this tree. You don't cut a tree down unless you got a clear escape route and non-messy mess around it. So yeah, so all this dirt has to go back on top once I put a bunch of stuff into the ground, kind of thing. But actually we'll probably end up moving it because it's all gonna go to help grade the pasture. So let's get on with this. Not too much work. All right. Now have this massive pile of dirt because after kind of filling this area in, I didn't want to do too much because it's right next to there, so just bury a little, see how it goes. That went well. And then as we come around this pile, you can see we've got an even bigger hole to where all of that is going to go in. Bury it, build this trail up. This is going to be the pathway. It's going to come along nicely to there, around this big huge tree. Whew. And then around. So progress is good here on day 3, and I'll give you guys a quick view of the work done on the pathway that I've been working on. Just look back here for the moment. Roni's out because there's a good chance this is going to be modified very soon. But this pathway's been built up a little bit this way, and then this is pretty much done. Needs to dry out, and then I can come in and level it out a bit better, but this clay is a little wet. As you can see, it's pretty solid. Not perfectly. A little goopy in here. Yeah. And then all the way through. So this trail is tip top. There's Roni. See if I can make it up this way without getting too goopy. Just gotta step in the right spots. So this finished, and then, well, mostly finished. Got my 2 orange horses here. Hello, orange horses. Hopefully you're getting along. And the ditch, this got graded, cleaned up. Gonna have brand new gravel come through here, but no matter what, I gotta put a drain in from here to here because the ditch got dug down quite a bit. Logs got replaced. We've reclaimed land through this process, so there's a bit more area here that is usable, which is fantastic. And the ditch is much lower to accommodate more rainwater, and I'm gonna try to get a drain in pretty low, which will go that way. While I've got the excavator here, I can just dig a nice big trench, put a pipe in, call it a day. Okay, so that's day 3, mid-afternoon. It's lunchtime. We'll see what happens for the rest of the day. It's pretty warm. Not too bad yet, though. So, a bit more to go. It's fantastic. It's really, really good progress. I'm happy. What a lot of work. But this is really coming along. You can see that the trail, it's gonna be gravel, hopefully. Everything goes as planned. Everything's buried. Now I understand there's probably some of you, well, it's gonna sink a little. Yeah, that's okay. There's gonna be a heck of a lot more grading, but I just have the absolute wrong bucket on it. I have a digging bucket. A little bit more slash to deal with, but this is dramatically less than what there used to be. But what a mess. So it's time to put what's called the cleanup bucket on. And most gators, that's the gator. Most excavators will rent them, you can get 2 buckets, and this is the digging bucket. You can see here it's got those teeth. These teeth allow it to dig really well. This one has no teeth. It is called a cleanup bucket. So the cleanup bucket needs to go on because I mean, this thing is small enough as it is, but sooner or later it just gets caked with clay and it sticks, and you gotta shovel it off once in a while. So the capacity of that thing is like half a wheelbarrow. It's useless. I gotta dig out this one too. Anyhow, so that's progress. It is mid-afternoon. The sun is pretty warm. I gotta say it's actually a little more bearable than yesterday. But this is almost ready to be gravelled. So gravel will go all along here. I'm going to give this one final grade, give this a bit of a cleanup, and then we can get that gravel in, no problem. This all has to be totally cleaned up and properly leveled, graded kind of thing. But it's looking good. It's looking good. It's much better than it used to look. Holy smokes. All right, moving on.